Good morning, This is Windy Storms on CNN, your Canadian news network. And I'm coming with you today for the weather, news, and travel information. I've got to say, I flew in this morning on British Airways from vacation, and they do not hold back on the maple syrup, if you know what I mean. Had one too many this morning. But you know what? It's going to be warm and fuzzy day today in May, and we can expect to see some on and off weather through September. This week's weather forecast is as follows. If you wouldn't mind taking a walk with me, we're going to go over today's weather. Okay, so as you can see, for Tuesday, the high is going to be 73. It's partly cloudy. There's no precipitation. Now, this will be a great day to take the bus, being as how it is one of the most inexpensive and cost-effective ways to get around each lovely city of Canada. But make sure you don't forget your ticket. That would be horrible. You'll never get anywhere. Thursday is also going to be 69 degrees, a low of 57. It's going to be partly cloudy. We're looking at no precipitation. It's similar to Friday, mostly sunny, as well as Saturday and Sunday. The weekend is look very nice. So make sure that everyone gets outside. And there's a few places I want to throw out there to you take your family this weekend. Okay, seeing as how we're going to have a great week, I highly suggest you taking your family out of the house when you get done with work, of course, and looking for some adventure. One place you see here is the Capilano Suspension Bridge in Vancouver. This sought-after attraction offers thrills, history, and culture. The bridge stretches 450 feet across and 230 feet above the Capilano River. The newest attraction is the Cliff Walk, which is a walkway clinging to the granite cliff high above. Definitely an attraction you will not check out. Should you choose to take the family out for a more relaxing day, I do suggest that you check out Stanley Park in Vancouver. It's quite beautiful. As you can see, the scenery is just outstanding. There's so many things to do at this park. It's the perfect place to surround yourself with water, animals, and to just relax. You just need to kick up your feet on one of those yachts and just make sure that you have the most pleasurable scenic experience of your life. Now we're going to go live with Cup Check for your Canadian sports news.
Thank you, Wendy. This is Cup Check, bringing you the down low on this week's sports. First, let's take a moment to celebrate Pierre No Teeth being inducted into the National Hockey Hall of Fame here in Toronto. When I asked No Teeth exactly how were you going to celebrate this beautiful victory, he said to me, you know, it might take a few minutes to get there, but I'm really going to stop and get me a loaded short stack with that sweet Canadian cocaine you call syrup. 80 miles west of Calgary at Banff, skiing gold medalist IC Pole announced that this will be his new official training slopes. He told us Banff's natural hot springs are the best way to soothe and relax after training extensively on their 4 different slopes. Meanwhile, 35 miles north of Banff at Lake Louise, we find the homegrown heartthrob Albertan triathlete Ivana Cycle has been training hard, running the many trails, spending hours swimming in the lake. When we asked her where her extreme adventurer boyfriend was, she told us he was on a quick 3-hour ride north along the Icefield Parkway in Jasper National Park with several of his friends on a whitewater rafting trip, scouting the camping location for this winter when he'll spend 2 months camping in one of their luxury igloos they build there, prepping for his dog sled ride through the Northwest Territories.
Cup check. Cup check. It seems that we have a Hulk invasion on the Rocky Mountaineer.
Cup check. I've just arrived on site where apparently the Canadian Hulk, completely sauced on the sweet syrup, has attacked the Rocky Mountaineer. We're going to live footage now. Hulk wants syrup.
Kupchak, does it seem that the authorities have cleared the site? Is the train available to move again?
Yes, Wendy. It looks like it's being cleared now. The entire incident's being cleaned up quite efficiently. The Mountaineer will be back on track and back on schedule shortly.
Thank you, Kupchak.
Ooh, that's a relief. If you're looking to extend your weekend, I suggest you kick your feet up on the Rocky Mountaineer now that it's up and running. This train ride would be one the family would never forget. Depending on if you decide on the Canadian Rockies Getaway or the Western Explorer or one of the rail rides they offer, the prices will vary. I highly suggest you visit therockymountaineer.com to take advantage of this very family-oriented attraction. Thank you. Now we're going to send it over to Sticky Maple for your Canadian recipes and restaurant needs.
Thank you, Wendy, for that lovely introduction. Now that we're away from that train wreck, come on over to Quebec City. It's the perfect time of year to visit Viewport. It's an outdoor farmer's market. We have the lovely cobblestone streets. Don't miss the Basseville while you're here. It's our famous house of wine. And let me tell you, we've got that special maple syrup wine, which is delicious. And then for dinner on Montreal, we'll go to a taste of the old world in Old Montreal at the Maple Heaven. The special tonight is poutine, but we have a new twist with it. It's maple syrup instead of gravy. And then in Toronto, after you visit the Hockey Hall of Fame, make sure you try a snack at the Smoked and Cracked. And then in Banff, the Fudgery is our local favorite. Be sure to get some maple candies to take home with you. They are delicious. And in Vancouver, at the CN Tower, the tallest building in Vancouver, make sure you get your reservations for Top of Vancouver. It's a slowly revolving restaurant. It takes an hour to revolve all the way around. We have great views of the entire city. The special dessert this week is crepes with apple filling, and you guessed it, maple syrup glaze. Thank you. That's all for tonight on Canadian News Network.